It's Wednesday, I think the 8th of June. In 2 days' time, the next 100 chicks will arrive, and then they need to go into this very professional brooder of mine. So I need to get this red light down to the bottom again, hanging down, get water in, and make my special mix for the water. And underneath the watering container, I want to put a square box with grid over the top so that when they walk in there and they don't mess up the water. So I see what the guys do on YouTube. And then there's a nail right there that's been bothering me the whole time, and I still haven't pulled out. It needs to get pulled. Yeah. And then I was weighing this morning the chickens I was slaughtering over the weekend. The average of just over 1.5 kgs is what they slaughtered out, which I'm quite happy with that. I'm hoping to have much closer to 2 kgs this coming weekend. I just have to do all the arrangements for the slaughter for this coming weekend, the harvest. So I'm excited. Things are turning. Justin Rhodes always says 1% improvement. All you need to do every day. 1% every day. And then in a year's time, you'll have 365% improvement. So little bit by little bit, step by step. You don't need to do everything at once. And let there be light. Okay, so for the next 2 days, this will just be warming up the shavings. And the next step is to get that square block in. I'm trying to find some grid material that I can use. Do you think I can find it amongst my mess? My baby. Right, then I've been having some issues to try and get these big buckets into this small basin to fill them to get water to the chickens. So for now, I do have this output available over here, which I put a nozzle onto for a hose pipe, and then I'll be putting that onto the short little hose pipe, and I'll be running that short little hose pipe to the outside over there, opening and closing that here valve to fill up the buckets to get the water to the chicken. I know that I'm going to need to do a bit of a better arrangement in the orchard itself with water, but it needs to be filtered because the water that is available in the orchard is from the canal, and it's not filtered, so I must somehow filter that water before I get it to the chickens. Hold on to the hose pipe, baby. Oh. 1% every day. All right, let's go give the chickens some water. Man, these chickens grew fast. It's Wednesday. We harvested it on Sunday. And look at the size of the smaller ones already. I look at them and I think to myself, did I really take out the big ones? No, man, don't bite the hole in the net. Now you'll get food, Nana. Again. I should really consider, with a little bit of spare cash, if I've got it sometime along the close near future, to put a welded mesh around the tractors, because they have escaped from this before. We made a hole in it on that side. You see where that black is over there? I got here and the one's head was peeling out there. He's like, oh, look, this is what the outside looks like. And then this side, one morning I got here and he's like, this fleece was like full of chickens. And I was like, what? How's that even possible? And I opened it up and they charred right through this whole section. If I can just get the fleece to stay on top. And they, in there, that whole section there, they just tear it open. So I definitely need to get some mesh around the outside border. Yeah. Wednesday, Daddy's Day. Yes, yeah, with Daddy Daycare. still busy pruning the lime trees, and Lucian is taking out some of the branches that we pruned yesterday. Okay, getting back to preparing the brooder for the chicks that arrive in 2 days' time. I couldn't find any graded mesh or something that I could use to make the pedestal for the water to stand on. So I found this crate, and I've just like split it in half, and now I'll sink it this deep into the deep bedding of the brooder, and then I'll put the water on top there, and whatever dirt comes on their little feet will fall through the gaps here, and their water should stay reasonably clean. Alright, I'm opening up the deep bedding here in the brooder in the nearest corner where I can reach, and if we get in there and see what it looks like, and it smells like soil, and I'm quite excited to take this material out eventually and making compost out of it, but it's looking good already, and the enzymes and everything will be alive, so, or are alive, so when the youngsters come in 2 days' time, we'll be met with a warm floor that is alive, and they won't be met with this clinical situation that they are met in other farm setups, and so therefore they won't be needing all the medication. And the grid floor is in. This wood shavings is about 4 inches deep, and then the dirt should just fall through the grid, and the area around the food and the water should stay reasonably clean.